TikTok. It is a very weird morning. From the East Coast to the West Coast, we are everywhere. True crime is. We are asking for the public's help. We are searching in the woods. We are doing what it takes here on the Bullhorn Betty channels to find answers to the most alarming cases we have been watching on the news. I can tell you personally that I have traveled this entire country seeking these answers and bringing that content right here to you here on the Bullhorn Betty channels and Bullhorn Betty Crime Stories. We are happy with the work that we've done. We brought many answers to the public, and we have defied mainstream media in our pursuit of the truth in these cases. We will continue to work, we will continue to fight for these victims, and we will continue to tell their stories here on my channels. Welcome to the Bullhorn Betty brand of channels and the Coffee Club. Thank you for your love, thank you for your support, and more importantly, thank you for allowing me to bring these victims' stories to each and every one of you, advocating for each of these victims. God bless you. God bless America, and more importantly, God bless our victims. A very weird morning indeed. If you don't know who I am, I'm Bullhorn Betty. I cover true crime. We're covering the case of Nancy Guthrie, the very crazy, convoluted case of Nancy Guthrie. I don't know which way to go. I'm so stinking confused. I'm just, I had a live this morning. We were talking about, the people that they captured, thinking at least one of them was the person on the outside of the house. Looking at it, analyzing it, going through all of the media coverage about it. And then we find out just a little bit ago, they've all been let go. All of them have been I'm like, okay. So this is kind of 2.0, I reckon. What do we do? What do we do at this point? I have no earthly idea. This is just, is this going, I just want a show of ones and twos in this chat. Is this going to go down as the biggest law enforcement fail in history of law enforcement? Or are they getting close to finding out who this is? Like, my head is spinning. I feel like it's about to explode right now. Where you hear this. So last night when I woke up this morning, the gray Range Rover was being towed. There was 2 people or 3 people in a home that were detained. A 4th one being detained in the Range Rover near Culver's. This was all within 2 miles of Nancy Guthrie's home. And then we're hearing from, I think it was Brian Enton, that they were released. And I don't even know if they kept the Range Rover. It's almost like Carlos 2.0. So Nancy Guthrie is an 84-year-old grandmother that has been missing from her home. She was taken in the middle of the night by a masked gunman that went into her home. And so they've been looking all the way over in Rio Rico, which is about 60 miles away and almost to the border of Mexico. And they got a guy by the name of Carlos that they thought maybe it was. And they, guns a-blazing, pulled him over, him, his wife, his children. Had to have been a pretty scary event. And then he's not the guy. And then we hear about this, the SWAT loading up with Brian Enton in tow. and heading over to a subject's property. Well, apparently they got to the subject property. The people came out willingly, and then around the corner they stopped a Range Rover in the Culver's parking lot and detained that person. And we got a peek of that person. That person, here's one of the people detained, but this person actually has a mustache and beard, a dark mustache and beard. And I don't have another photo of it on the phone, but I did show it on my YT earlier today, because we did get a photo from Mike Ruiz. Michael Reports, I think, is what, or at Mike Reports is what he is on X, and he's out there. He's a Fox News videographer or photojournalist of some sort. So we also learned that they have identified the jacket, and that they also had another person, a pretty interesting individual down here. And this person also resembles the sketch that we have from that forensic sketch artist, which is this person right here, which again looks a lot like Carlos. So we can kind of understand why they believe Carlos may have been the person. But I think my problem is I'm just confused as why they're bringing in the cavalry for simple interrogations, or just trying to figure out somebody's whereabouts, or if they already have the warrant. I mean, I'm certainly just like the people, when they got to the house, they didn't have to do any flashbangs or break in the door. That the people willingly came out. So it's like, you know, I guess I'm not understanding why it's so so heavy, especially if it's not the person. Like, I've never seen anything like this. I'm watching this in real time. We've covered a lot of cases. I mean, probably in 5 years, we've covered about 25 or 30 cases, which is a lot. But moreover, we've had to study hundreds of cases to talk about those 25 some odd cases. So you're looking at like 2,500 cases for every case, like, you know, total that we've had to watch. And I'm telling you, out of all these cases from one coast to the other coast, I don't think I recall ever seeing anything as crazy as I've seen here lately. That's I mean, even the crime scene tape going down, the crime scene tape coming back up, the crime scene tape going down, you know, not really like going over to Annie and Tommaso's, and if they really believe they had nothing to do with it, not nipping that in the bud a lot sooner than they did, you know, just a whole host of information. But before I realized, you know, I did get a peek in. If you guys can see this, you probably don't know what this is. I'll explain what this is. A blow up of inside the trunk of the Range Rover. You know, I'm going to do frame by frame, and it's a pain in the ass too. You gotta, you know, play, stop, play, stop, play, stop, play, stop, play, stop, and you just gotta see if anything reveals itself. So this is the yellow curtain that they had over, but as the FBI went around and the lady's holding it, she turned, and when she turned, it kind of went swoop. So I started taking some screenshots of it, just to see if we can get any type of idea of what's in the back of that, you know, trunk. And from this itty bitty angle, you're not seeing a whole lot back there. I'm not seeing like, well, it's not a whole lot to go off of, but I'm not seeing any like luggage or backpack or blood in this little tiny thing. The FBI was good at one time, but now Patel is in charge. And he's terrible. Actually, if you look at the record is, I mean, I look at records all the time because I'm always trying to see, you know, where things can be improved. And quite frankly, their record's better than any record I've seen in a decade out of the FBI. So, you know, I guess it's all for interpretation, but I mean, we've gotten more top 10 people in the last year than I think the last 3 administrations combined. I mean, that's pretty impeccable. So I don't know. I don't know where you're reading your numbers from. Interesting, though. But interesting viewpoint. Go research Savannah Guthrie's husband worked for they all over the Epstein files. I heard that. But this, and that is really speculative. But so far, everything I've been seeing from the ground, and we've been, we've had boots on the ground out there. We've been watching this wall-to-wall coverage. So far, I haven't seen any linkage to that, though. It could be a theory, but actual cohesive, evidence that would support it is not there yet. So, I'm not sure if that will develop that way or not, but I know that it's an angle that many have looked at. I've even looked at it too. I've even went and pulled the stuff out of the Epstein files to see what was involved, just to see if, maybe it brought up, just to do my research, my due diligence. And what I located is that it really wasn't, she's in there, but she's in there in emails about an interview with a victim or something to that. I can't remember exactly what it was. I know it was posted. I know it was posted, and I'm pretty sure it's posted on X, but I can't remember what day, when, and where. But it was an email that she was in, but I don't think it was anything really big. I mean, yeah, she interviewed a victim or two, and I think that those interviews were published, but at the same time, I don't think she was involved specifically. But I do believe her husband, now this is the caveat, I do believe her husband was or had very strong ties to the Obamas, Hillary, the Clintons, and stuff like that. I do believe I did hear that, but I didn't look into it myself, and I apologize. So, have you seen the ring cam from 1216? Guy has the same backpack, claiming father figure. My email's bullhornbetty@gmail.com. If you want to send me a link to that, I would love to look at it. But no, I don't think I have. I might have. People have sent me a lot of stuff, but I don't want to say that I have looked at it, and I haven't, so I apologize, but I've looked at a lot of stuff, so I don't know if I have or not. It doesn't sound familiar, but it might have been described differently by somebody else, and I might be. I know I've looked at a film. This is what I've looked at. Let me just express this. I've looked at a film where a guy had like a reflective, vest, and he was reaching up and trying to take a picture through the window. That happened back, I think it was December of last year. And then we had the one with the two backpacks that happened that night, but it happened the night 5 miles away from Nancy at the exact same time that we see this perpetrator pretty much on this Ring doorbell camera, or within a few minutes of it, but there's no possibility of them being able to get 5 miles away in that time frame. So at the end of the day, I don't believe that had anything to do with it. So those, if I recall, those are the two that I recall seeing. So if it's not one of those, then I have not seen it. So I probably need to. Just waking up. Anything new? Yeah, Lisa Marie. A lot. Oh, good gracious, girlfriend. Yes, there were arrests last night, or detainments. I should say they were detained. They were physically, I keep saying arrested, but there's a classification difference between an arrest and a detainment. But what I meant, is that they were handcuffed. And that's what I mean by arrested, but not physically arrested. They were detained. So we had, from my understanding, which this is really unclear to me because I keep hearing a mom and a son were detained at the house, implying two, but everybody keeps saying there was 3 people detained at the house. So I'm unclear about that. So it's 2 or 3 people, but it sounds like at the house, it was a mom and a son and potentially another person, just to be on the safe side. And then so it sounds like somebody from that same exact home was around the corner getting food at Culver's and got picked up at Culver's. And that was the Range Rover. But this is the kicker. I just learned before this live, because I did a live on YT going over, the pictures of this, showing where this happened, all the stuff that we do in explaining. And then after I get the live off, about an hour or so later, my mod sends me an article, and it says basically everybody's been released. And I'm like, you know, because they just said they got the DNA back off of an item. They said a glove, but now I'm hearing that the sheriff's even walking that back on where they got the DNA from. So I'm so confused. This sheriff is anyways, let's just move on. But we heard that there is a foreign DNA that doesn't match the family, that doesn't match the housekeeper or her regular help around the house. So this is truly foreign DNA. So we know we have a foreign DNA profile that now needs to be matched up to a subject. And so then we hear that the SWAT, right after we hear that message, we hear Pima County SWAT's on the move, right? And so when they got on the move, they drew all of the media away from where they were going and drew them to another side, like 30 minutes away. And golly, what's the name of it? I keep forgetting the name of it. It starts with an M. Miranda. I don't remember. Something like that. Anyway, Moreno. Morena. That's it, Munchie. That's it. I keep forgetting it. So forgive me. So they draw them all the way over there, like 30 minutes away. And then, you know, Brian Enton, they knew it was Brian Enton, but Brian Enton goes radio silent. I know because I'm sitting there, you know, trying to find out where Brian Enton is, you know. He goes radio silent, so nobody knows. But we knew that he was going to be there. Oh, thank you. Thank you for the galaxy. I love it. Thank you so much. Thank you. And so I knew that was going on, and then all of a sudden I fall asleep, but I knew it was getting there, and then I couldn't stay up any longer. I fall asleep, and I wake up this morning, like around 5, and I'm watching it. I'm like, oh my gosh, right? And so I'm watching all of this stuff, and it's like, you know, lights, sirens. It's like really, really big, 4 people involved, you know, 2 miles from her house. We're like, oh yeah, this has got to be it. And then we find out just a little bit ago, nope. And I'm like, well, son of a gun. This is going to go down in one of the worst. I mean, I'm sorry. This is bad. This looks so poorly upon the sheriff. I mean, because it now looks like they're going in with guns ablazing just to question people, you know? Oh, thank you. I appreciate that, father figure. Karen, wake me up if anything happens. I tried. I tried. Oh, good gracious. It's nice to see you. I see you, the real me too. I see you. It's called following tips. I know, but that's pretty, I mean, you know, I've watched a law enforcement follow tips before, and usually they go and knock on a door first and say, you know, hey, I'm so-and-so, you know, can we talk a little minute, you know? I'm just saying that usually, I mean, I've been doing this for a little while. There's a few times I've seen them kick in a freaking door, but it's usually when they know they're going in and they're getting the right guy, okay? And they don't usually kick in the front door to say, hey, by the way, may I ask where you were the other night? You know, between, I'm missing my door. Yeah, but we just got a few questions to ask, sir. I'm just like, I've never seen, like, we've seen a lot of stuff. I know I'm making this satire, making light of this, but we've seen a lot of stuff over our years covering true crime. But let's face it, how often have we seen crime tape go up, go down, go up, go down, go up, go down? And now we've been just kicking in freaking doors to ask people questions? The new way of interrogating. I gotta tell you, that way of interrogating sure probably has some people having to throw some britches away. I'm just saying, because I'm pretty sure something like that happened here. I don't know if I'd be able to save the drawers. And if I'm sitting on furniture, well, you know, I'm just saying, that seems a little intense. I don't know about y'all. It just seems a little intense for me. I'm thinking maybe tone it down just a little unless we know it's the guys, you know? That's what I'm saying. I've seen doors kicked in, and I've seen people drug out, but I've seen them go to jail and not come out. I mean, you know, I don't usually see this happen over and over again, and the people being released, and then the sheriff saying, yeah, but we're not clearing them. Yeah, that's pretty intense just to question them, sir. That's all I'm saying. You know, I'm lost. It's crazy. This case, I'll honestly, we've done a lot of epic stuff, okay? And we've been to a lot of places. And I got to tell you, this is the first one watching from the sidelines and wanting to be out there in person. And I got to tell you, just watching from the sidelines, pretty freaking intense. And this is just crazy. Like, I'm watching it on my screen right now. I mean, just in case anything happens, we can turn the cameras right around. You know, you guys get it? I mean, I will turn this stuff and we'll watch it right here on the cameras, right? But I can't wait for the movie to come out. Well, I can tell you the sheriff's probably not going to be painted in the best light from everything I'm hearing, because I'm hearing he's saying one thing to certain like news organizations, but the reality of it, like the button of the heads, I mean, maybe it's been resolved now. It seems like everybody came together last night for that exercise. I don't know what to call it. It wasn't a takedown. I'm not laughing, but I'm laughing because, you know, I was all in this morning. I'm like, yeah, that guy looks, I mean, he had the mustache, the everything we needed. And, so I'm thinking, this is the guy. This came after the DNA. This has got to be it. This has got to be it. You know, I just know it has to be it. And literally I turn the cameras off and then I get a notification. It's like, what? They let them all go again? There's no way they would do 2.0. They did 2.0. Oh my gosh. They did Carlos 2.0. They did Carlos 2.0, folks. And I'm just sitting here and I'm like, I mean, you make a mistake like that one time. That's one thing. But to do it twice, I mean, you're kicking a freaking door in. You need to make sure your target is the right target. That's all I'm saying. Anyways, let me know your thoughts either in the comments section below. Send me an email, bullhornbetty@gmail.com. You can't stand my face? Send me an email about it. Let me know. Tell me about myself. All right, guys, I'll talk to you later. Rock it out with your coffee beans out, and we will be back. I don't know. Are we going to have breaking news? The hell if I know. We got DNA. I mean, I guess we should be thankful we got DNA. And if nothing more, they're getting a whole bunch of DNA from random people. So we can take that. All right. See you later.